Hi, it's Meredith. I'm here with our message for Tuesday, the 21st of April, 2020. We're using Bonefire Tarot for our message today. Our card from the bottom of the deck, Six of Wands. Perfect. Beautiful card. Lovely card to start a reading with. So I think of the card from the bottom of the deck as kind of an umbrella to the whole reading, an energy in which the entire message gets filtered through. So the Six of Wands is a card of victory, success, harmony, balance, triumph, homecoming, and homecoming to your own heart space. That's at the core of this card for me. So there's often a simple truth in connection to this card. And when it shows up, we make connection with that simple truth. And it's the kind of truth that we've been knocking around for a while. It's been there on our right shoulder and our left shoulder. And we've seen it. It's been revealing itself to us. And even though it's been present, it's been in our environment, it's been in our consideration, it's been on the bridge between our heads and our hearts, for some reason we have not fully embraced this simple truth. So when you see the Six of Wands, it shows up because you at last have an epiphany around the simple truth. And you make it your own. That's the feeling I have on this card. So this is the umbrella. This is the energy in which our message will get filtered through today. It's pretty spectacular stuff right there. You know, it's the kind of thing when, let's just say, you've had a conversation for years with one of your best friends, right? And your best friend has been telling you, blah, 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 blah. At least that's how it's gone in. And then one day you say to your best friend, blah, 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 blah. And they look at you like you're an alien and remind you that they've told you this a bazillion times if they told you once. But you don't know it until you know it. You can be told, you can see it, you can consider it, you can think, have a good head scratcher over that, and then there it is, like an epiphany. And then your best friend wants to wring your neck. Okay, first card, Ace of Coins. Another beauty. You know the aces are... Actually, I'm going to back up for just a moment. Because this has happened for me with my best friends. Either I've been the one saying it or they've been the one saying it, but it's happened. There's a message of notoriety, recognition on this card. So I want to throw that in. You notice and you recognize. It's not so much about you receiving recognition or notoriety for some splendorous act of kindness, compassion toward humanity. No. It's these moments of having epiphanies around simple truths that you've knocked around for years. I know. My handful of best friends are all going, We've been here with you. We've been here with you, love. Anyway, next card, Ace of Coins. I know you can all relate to that. You've been there too. The Ace of Coins is a card of great opportunity, abundance. In the suit of coins, it's earthly, touchable, tangible, holding your hands, real. That's what the suit of pentacles is about. And this one is a door of opportunity that opens for us. We can step across the threshold with our newly realized simple truth. Oh my gosh, that just gets my funny bone. Anyway. The Ace of Coins is also a card of great love. And it's love of self. It's channeling the pure raw love of the universe through the self, being the beacon of light that you are, and taking that across a threshold. I often see this card as a doorway to adventure, or in connection with the hermit, a quest beckons. So you're bringing your light through a doorway, and there's lots of opportunity there. Let's see what it's connected to. Well, there's that mother lode in the Eight of Swords. Okay. Eight of Swords. Mental trap. This is the battle. This is the debate that we tangle ourselves up in the interest of justification within our ego consciousness. You know, the ego really loves to be comfortable, and it is a fantastic storyteller. Truth? Okay. If it suits the ego, then yeah. But if it doesn't, there can be a story around that becomes a mental trap. And I was just speaking with someone yesterday, and they had said, you know, what about love? What about compassion? I'm paraphrasing. Why judgment? Why do we judge anything? And it's the ego fueling judgment. So let's just say we're feeling uncomfortable about a simple truth. Well, the ego's got a million stories for that, and we'll run them all through our filter until we have the aha. So the Eight of Swords, it's an 8, it's got movement. So we're moving out of this, right? We're moving through this. We have an ace sitting next to it. All aces in tarot neutralize and upgrade the energy of challenging or difficult cards nearby. So with an ace here and an 8 in the suit of swords, we've got movement and momentum through a mental trap that's been with us for a while. Let's go back to the Six of Wands, right? We're going to set this down. We're going to run some swords through it today. The other thing I want to mention as I'm looking at the card, because I've been in more consideration of the flow of tarot and the sequential nature of tarot, what comes before this 8 is the 7, and we saw the 7 a couple of times last week. And the 7 is about how we rob ourselves of joy by doing this ego dance. But it's valuable. I am not criticizing the ego dance, because without it, we wouldn't have the contrast to be able to recognize and notice that we can do a different dance called the Dance of Simple Truth. Anyway, the Seven of Swords is a card that robs us of our joy, and this is what it looks like on the other side of robbing oneself of joy. There we sit, plagued, blindfolded, hands tied in a circle of swords, thinking there's no way out of this, and the ego would have you believe it. However, this is sitting next to an ace, and what came with this? Oh gosh. Well, why not? The Knight of Swords. I did just say we're going to run it down, or we're going to run something through this, or we're going to run the big sword, the Ace of Swords, right through it. And why not do it in the style and the fashion and pizzazz of the Knight of Swords? This guy gets it done. He doesn't stop. He doesn't quit. He is assertive. And we see don't stop, be assertive, take action in the angel answer cards in repeat for weeks now. And here it is. So leverage that kind of energy on your blindfold, on your tied hands. Set yourself free. Allow the epiphany to flow in. Talk to your guides and angels and say, hey, you know what? I am ripe. I am ready for my simple truth epiphany. And it will dash onto the scene just like the Knight of Swords. You know, he is tempestuous, this one. He is the most impulsive. And sometimes, though, that's what it takes to set yourself free of the Eight of Swords. Coming with King of Wands. Now there is some serious energy. He holds the Ace of Wands, and he is a master. In the suit of wands, before he becomes a king, he's a knight, and before that, a page. So when the king is a page, he's raw enthusiasm, untested, unpracticed, and a novice. As a knight, he's like, hey now, especially in the suit of wands. He's distracted, he's passionate, he's non-committal. Yeah, he's definitely the one who takes a serpentine path, unlike the Knight of Swords, who's very direct. Now, the King of Wands has outgrown being a novice, outgrown being a knight. He's now a king, a ruler of a kingdom. He's stable, he's strong, he's experienced, he's tested, he's tried, he's battle tested, I'm hearing too. So he brings that. He brings his vast experience in a stable, harmonized way, full of creativity, passion, enthusiasm, inspiration, and in the spirit of joy, happiness. He's very gregarious and charming as well. So add all that up, put it on a horse with the Knight of Swords and run it at your 8, and you create a 6 of Wands situation through the doorway of an ace. Yeah. And it's the Ace of Pentacles, so it's grounded, it's real, it's here, it's now. Okay. I'm a little passionate about this message. 3 cards fell out in the last set. First is the Devil. Well, you see it here in the 8. You know that the 6 is helping you work your way through those devilish thoughts of the ego. The ego is seductive. I just said that to someone yesterday too. There is a comfort in the seductive story of what we tell ourselves and how we judge things when we are uncomfortable. When we are uncomfortable with something coming to light in our world, yeah, we'll want to tell a story about it, or our ego will want to tell a story about it. And that's also charming. It's also somewhat easy, but it doesn't allow you to lay your head to rest at night with grace and ease. And you see the evidence of that on the 8. But this is what's shifting. This is what's correcting for us. We are having epiphany, realization, revelation. So the Devil's a good sign here. He's a very powerful card in tarot, one that people cringe from. But in this case, he sits next to a king. And then there's everything else coming with him. Whoa, another super powerful card in tarot, and that is the Tower. That's just it. We're taking down a tower. We are pulling off the blindfold. We are untying our hands. We are seeing the truth. We're going for it. And then coming with that, look at this. The most beautiful ace sandwich you could have, Ace of Cups. They are bookends on the reading. They support the reading. They neutralize, change, upgrade frequency for all the challenge right here in the middle. And in the center of the middle of these cards is a king. A passionate, fiery, stable king. This is a pat yourself on the back kind of reading, for real. And seeing the Devil and the Tower, no, they're not easy cards to see. They're not necessarily easy cards to navigate. But what I feel is the simple truth here is that we've been living with this energy. We've been making a home for it within our own selves. We've been setting a place at the table for it for years. And we have our simple truth epiphany today. And we take the collective energy of 2 aces and a king, and we put that on the Ace of Swords that the Knight of Swords carries, and we run it through today with success. We have the aha, we see it, and we live different. We live more peacefully, gracefully, happily because of it. Ooh, that was awesome. Yeah. So let's do angel answers now. Let's pack a little more awesome into it, shall we? Okay. Get more information, yes. Do not rely solely on your comfortable ego story. Get more information. Channel it even. Ask your guides and angels. And most definitely, talk to your best friend. He'll tell you the truth. Whether you want to believe it or not, it's a whole other story. Oh, sweet. So sweet. Back again. Big happy changes. It's the happy. You know it. And then opportunity falling out of the deck. Here it is. It's all over the reading in the aces. It's, you know, supported by the aces. This is a great opportunity. The tower here is, I feel, already down, has been down. This is the debris field that we pick over with ego energy. And we find stuff in there. And yeah, you know the story. One more card. One more angel answer. Okay, it didn't fall out, but I have to show you. Don't stop. See? Repetition. Oh my gosh. And be assertive. It's where the cards land as I pause in the shuffle. It gets me. Oh, this is so perfect for us. It's our sweet, simple yes. That's just it. That's where the big happy changes happen, because the sweet, simple yes is the one that is set on repeat, that is a whisper. It's steady. It's steadfast. It's true. And while the ego may scream and yell and scream, yell, stomp its feet, clamor for attention, it's this yes underneath that we are listening for. And it is this yes that creates the Six of Wands, the Ace of Coins, the King of Wands, the Ace of Cups. This is all debris in the energy environment. It looks, feels, and sounds very real, very true. And yet, there's something else to it. All right, last card. Sawyer's Nature Portals. What sweet being wants to inform us today? Back again, another of my most favorite of favorite birds. The owl. Such a spiritual card. Check out Owl Spirit. Thank you for joining me. Have a beautiful Tuesday. Have fun with your epiphanies and call your best friend. Peace, joy, happiness, and love to each and every one of you. Namaste. Bye for now.